it's Lisa Lampanelli from the Losers with a Dream podcast. And this week, oh my God, we discuss the concept of manifesting. Now, before you throw up, let me tell you, we're not all big believers in manifesting, nor are we all complete disbelievers in manifesting. Do you think about things and say, if you see it, you can be it? Yeah, we don't. But you know what? You never know. By the end of this episode, we may be convinced otherwise. So listen, learn, love, live, laugh, Lisa, Losers with a Dream. Hey, you all know what time it is. It's Lisa Lampanelli, and it's time for the Losers with the Dream, featuring me and, yeah, two other guys, Nick and Bo. I mean, nobody cares. I mean, I'm the star. Are you kidding me? They do nothing without me. Losers with the Dream. You're listening, so who's the actual loser? Now sit back and enjoy Losers with the Dream. Or don't enjoy it. Or don't even sit down. Shut up, burn calories.
Hello, welcome to the Losers with a Dream podcast. We are losers, and boy, do we have some big dreams. First and foremost.
No, my dream is... Okay, I guess I'm... my dream is that Lou will put his headphones on and listen to this show because we had a big fucking fight about it last week, and don't make me go off again. I want him to listen.
Over, folks. It's almost over.
See, wait, people don't understand. Lou is a professional engineer. Seriously. And I like when we have our professionals in the room with us helping with the show because they are valuable. We don't tell them what to do. They tell us what to do. So if ever we sound janky, Lou is going to say, cut, motherfuckers. Is that true? Yeah, he's going to say, cut, motherfuckers. We're not going to take it personally.
No, we won't.
We're not going to get insulted.
I mean, I may hit him.
You will not, because he's our friend, and now we're partners.
What about throwing things? Can we throw things at him?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
I'm going to give a shameless plug to Royal Fox Studios, where all your hopes and dreams come true. Okay, I thought that was nice of me.
It was nice.
Okay, go fuck yourself. I hate that I am viewed as vaguely insincere. I'm not being insincere. I came in with a great attitude today, other than the rest of the day, which was shit. So let's just start over. Go ahead, Mr. Nicholas.
Before we get into that, go to iTunes, leave us a 5-star review, follow us on Spotify, YouTube. You can follow us on TikTok at Losers with a Dream. You could follow myself at Nick Scopes on Instagram. You could follow her at Lisa Lampanelli, blue check mark, and then you have this guy
At Bo McDowell Comedy.
McDowell Comedy.
Thank you.
He is my ship, my rock.
Your Rock of Gibraltar.
He is. Oh my God, you guys are so cute together.
We're not gonna be adversarial today. Friendly.
Yeah, you guys. We did have a meeting yesterday. I said, stop being so mean to each other, and then I said, quit playing games with my heart. Who is that? Is that the Backstreet Boys?
Yes.
They are my fire. My one desire. What the fuck is going on?
I was so into them when I was younger.
They're so good. That's why.
Were you into them on the down low though? Because you felt weird around your guy friends.
Well,
No.
Oh, I thought you said. Did you?
Because he's gay.
See, this
That's
is why.
insane.
Okay, I want you to shut up. I want you to shut up for 1 minute. This is why I need headphones, because I couldn't hear what you said because I'm 60 fucking years old, and all I heard was down low, and I'm like, oh, Lance Bass. Because by the way, he was on the down low for a while. Now him and his lovely partner adopted twins. Did you know that?
that's nice.
You know, it's so cute, and I'm like, they got white twins? How?
They got white babies?
Well, it's really hard to get white twins because people are fucking racist. I will take some black twins. I will take some... They really are. I don't mean to sound racist against Whitey, but fuckwhitey.com. Let's buy fuckwhitey.com. Lucy, if it's available, please.
Way cuter.
What's weird about domain names, though, is once I did say over the air once, years ago, I said, I need to buy gashaintfunny.com. By the time I got off the air, someone had bought it for me. Wasn't that?
That's
And
so
that
nice.
was the best Christmas my daddy ever gave me. Oh, wait. Shameless plug. We got this week our freaking shows, dude.
This
Live
week.
shows.
Live-
This is it.
Live
Thursday,
podcast, hey, bang.
December 9th, New Brunswick, New Jersey Stress Factory.
Yes.
Gunsquick.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
That's what they used to call it.
Cool, man.
Hey, you know what you call yourself?
Him and his hip-hop
I got nothing.
vernacular. Real cool. And Sunday, December 12th at the Stress Factory in our hometown of Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Okay, that is not my hometown, but it's our home state, Connecticut.
It's our hometown.
What's great is, like, I think half the audience is going to be, like, Bo's friends from his secret meetings.
Yeah.
Right.
The other 1/3 is going to be my sister and all her Yenta friends who won't even get it, but they're there to support. My sister will get it, but the rest of those Yentas won't. They won't get it. They'll be like, why didn't you do the stand-up?
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck you, cunt.
I was really looking forward to the racial jokes. And you're like, no!
Yeah, just tell some racist humor with the colored people.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, this is what these people still say. It's so stupid. And the other third will be Nick's girls he used to bang. Yeah. They'll be 27, 28.
We'll have clam row.
Wow.
That was good,
Desperate
dude.
clam row. Just they're all sitting there.
Well, you had to throw in desperate. He had to throw in desperate.
I didn't say desperate.
No, he
I said
did.
desperate.
I was like,
That was mean.
Well, they're trying to get you back. Why else would they be coming to the show?
they see you. They're trying to get on the ground floor or something.
Of what? Of what exactly?
We're going to the stars.
They are. You know, they're shooting for the
Going up.
stars and it'll hit the earth real fucking hard.
Shooting for the stars and shooting smack. Okay.
But do go see us. Get tickets to stressfactory.com. We are very excited because I want to see what it's like. Because you hear about all these cool podcasts going on the road. I want to see if we like it or we kill each other.
Yeah.
The other
that'd be
day
great.
when I told you what time we had to leave Connecticut for Jersey to do sound check and stuff, you both looked like you were like, well, Bo looked like he was going to kill himself because he's like, can I take a shit on the way? You know, it's like, I know he's thinking like, is the bathroom going to be accessible?
I got to go sit a while.
And by the way, I'm going to just say to both of you, I don't mean to bring this down, but if either of you fart in that fucking car, I'm going to be mad. I will belch.
end of
I
the
will
show.
sing. If you fart in the car, you all get punished by all we're listening to all the whole drive for 2.5 hours is Taylor Swift's All Too Well. I'm going to make you all cry, so keep your fucking farts in.
That's why Bo and I wear long pea coats so we can just
We can,
keep it in.
them in.
Never works. I've done it on planes, man. The seatmate still gets pissed off. Trust me. But then this is what you do how to cover a fart. You know how.
Yeah.
You just look around at everybody else and go, Jesus Christ, man. I mean,
Isn't
you
that
gotta
gross?
blame it.
Animals.
Yeah, animal.
If there's
And
a baby on the plane, you're like,
no, the
Jesus,
best is blaming it on
Old person.
not to be fat shaming, but a big fat
yeah,
guy.
I was going to say that.
Big
myself.
fat guy in a wheelchair. Come on, who's gonna suspect me? Come on.
Yeah, there's this woman next to me on my flight home a few weeks ago, and she pulled out like leftover Burger King next to me and ate it. And I was like,
Almost as bad as like, hey, you got egg salad or tuna?
Oh, somebody
you have
always
anything grosser you can pull out?
brings broccoli or Brussels sprouts on a plane.
Who needs
And you-
vegetables that bad?
Some idiot who's all like, "Oh, I don't eat meat. Eat meat.
Yeah, you'll be
Cows were
fine."
born for our consumption. Stop it, you vegan whore."
Called
Just saying.
The food
Yeah.
chain.
We're totally going to get hate mail, by the way, because that's some of the only
The
hate mail
vegans
we
get
get
upset.
is vegans.
Yeah.
And I
go
eat
with that.
meat. I'm a nice person.
My brother did some protesting over the weekend.
Which one?
for
The one
vegans.
in rehab?
Yeah. Well, he
Oh,
got
yeah,
out.
because that's what he needs to concentrate
That's
on
my
now.
favorite. A drug addict that's like, I don't eat animal products.
Yeah, I just shoot smack into between my toes,
I'm
you
sorry,
fucking
no
moron.
that guy, he's got to go. You know?
He's got to die.
Not OD. I'll just shoot him or whatever. Choke him to death.
It's so funny because I'm against hunting unless you eat all of the stuff you hunt.
Yeah.
But
makes sense.
I mean, I do enjoy a hamburger, a chicken. I don't like this.
doesn't?
I know some of these vegans. God bless you. I respect you, but stop sending me pictures of people of like, oh, the cow and the mother, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
I
was the
hate that, the
last
billboards.
moment they saw them each other, and I was like, but they're not that cute.
Yeah. They're gross animals.
Oh, we just lost 14 more listeners. Congratulations! But come see us at the Stress Factory, stressfactory.com. We won't be talking about such horrible judgments.
No. We are going to
Yeah,
get
what?
into our first segment, guys.
Oh, wow.
I like how Nick gets all professional.
He does,
You're like,
yeah.
oh, I'll wrestle you guys to the ground.
Check in.
Oh, God.
We do not do scale of 1 to 10.
No.
Okay? That is boring.
When he starts talking like this, by the way, and I see that fucking bald head, it looks like a little white chocolate egg. I want to just smack it. Like, I love it. I love it. I
ahead,
want
bro.
Okay. I love that. that.
Gonna be okay,
That's what I call foreplay. Anyway, I nominate myself to go last on this one.
Oh, really?
Who wants to go first?
It's because, why? Because you felt like the headliner, like yours is the best.
No, I just feel like it ties into our
Topic.
Topic.
Oh, okay. I'll go if you
sure.
want. I rarely go first. Now,
Go ahead.
I will say this past few days has been up and down, up and down, up and down. It's probably partly because it's around the holidays. It's around the time when my mom got sick last year. I'm plagued by guilt, but I don't know anyone who's lost a parent who felt like they did enough. So,
Yeah.
inarguably, my brother, my sister, and I did enough.
Right.
And so we have nothing to feel guilty about. But it does plague everyone who loses someone. So I've been up and down about that. Also up and down about just stuff I'm working with in therapy, stuff going on in life. So I feel like it really changes quickly, though, which is a blessing in a way because you don't stay wallowing in it.
Right.
So I feel like about 1/10 of the murderers on Law and Order. The bipolar who goes off his meds.
Yeah.
Because there's always a bipolar every 10th episode or so who goes, well, I was feeling good, so I went off my drugs and murdered 20 people. Now, I am neither bipolar nor on any meds, but I feel like how they must feel that they go up and down, up and down, up and down.
Right.
So I'm not going to panic and go on meds. I'm going to say it's situational sadness and not overreact for a change. Because I used to always think I needed meds just being sad over a death. And you don't.
Yeah.
You kind of, it's not a disorder. It's
Right.
just being sad. So yes, I feel like one of those murderers because by the time this show ends, one of you will be dead. I think it's Bo.
I'm closer into the grave anyway.
I think so. You can't get away.
1 foot in.
He'd be quick. He'd be so much easier to catch than you.
That's true, yeah.
Like I do feel like that.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
so we're lucky. I'm not in a mood right now, but who knows about after this show? I would run for your fucking lives.
Okay.
I usually
Good
do.
to know. That ties into my mental health check-in,
Oh,
which is I
shit.
want to die.
Wow, that's a perfect. That's a perfect co-hosting thing we could do. If you want to die, I fucking kill you.
That's true. I can give you your last rites.
I
there.
doubt anyone will miss you.
Okay.
Okay, no, that's just a line from a movie. That
Oh,
was
right,
mean.
right,
It was
yeah.
from Clueless, where the father, who's the very hot Alicia Silverstone, looks at the boyfriend who comes to pick her up and says, I know where to bury you. I doubt anyone will miss you.
Wow.
Just saying, we have some girl listeners. They might like that. Or
Wow.
the gays.
I do love Clueless.
Isn't it the greatest
Donald
movie?
Faison was great in that.
He was.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Wow. That went nowhere. Go ahead, Bo. I love
just a fact.
No, it is a fact.
Okay.
Okay, Bo, go ahead.
I do too many Winnie the Pooh references in this show.
There could never be enough.
And I know that I make that mistake, but I'm doing it again. So this week I feel
little
like
honey bear.
Eeyore.
Oh God, I always think you're an Eeyore.
Yeah, and I
He is, though.
have really leaned into my Eeyore days here.
Is it your spirit?
Yeah, I don't know what's
it's
going
not
on.
the
Like
word.
the
What is
past
it?
Yeah.
the past few weeks, I have been slipping into a little bit of a depression, and I do not like it. And I had to like admit it yesterday. I'd like call a few people and talk about it, and yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun.
No.
I'm living in like two different moods, which is like either depressed and just like can't feel anything, or I have like joy, but joy is like 10 to 30 second hits and then it's right back.
Huh.
So I've kind of, and fortunately for this show and for like other things that we do like that kind of bring me up, is I don't think I'm going to stay there that long, and I'm hoping that I don't stay there that long because I do talk about it. But yeah, no, I've been in there, so that's kind of where I'm at today.
You know why I think you're a little bitch? I'll tell you.
Yeah.
What is this? I have to talk to a few people. You people in these meetings, you can't handle anything with one person. You got to take a poll and tell everybody, how do I feel? Oh, am I okay?
Yeah.
Why don't you limit it to one person and stop being such a big baby?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, there's just too many dumb people in my life who I can talk to. So, I end up talking.
So do
to
you
many.
end up talking to one and they don't give you what you want and you have to go to another one?
No, it's really like I only have a few people that I trust completely to give me like the full picture.
Right.
So like, I got I got my advisor over there that I call, and like, you know, he's important. And then I have, you know, one of my best friends who's just seen the whole. They have a great picture of like how it goes, and like year over year they know.
So
like,
they could say to you, "Hey, Bo, remember you felt this way a couple of years ago,
Right.
and you'll get out of it just like you did then."
And part of it is like there's just not that much sunlight going around these
it's the
days.
worst.
And you know, so like this time of year, I generally do start to dip. And
Well, you could count on us, but not really. No, you could always call us. I love a call from a depressed individual. I enjoy that because I just am like, oh, I can help. This is cute.
Yeah,
but you're
yeah.
right about the sunlight. Because even today when we were driving, it was like snowing a little. And I was in a great mood because like, oh my God, cute. And then it stopped snowing. I was like, oh my God, I want to kill myself. So it varies so quickly.
Yeah. So, you know, that's where I'm at. But it's okay. It's okay. It'll be fine.
Was he more depressed or just kind of a Debbie Downer?
I think he was like clinically depressed, and I think that they put him in there to really
The
have
elf
like
doctor took care. Like, who diagnosed him?
because like he never got out of it. You know what I mean? Like there was no like he was just like a miserable sad sack, and he just played that role. And you know what?
Sad Sack's nice.
Yeah, there's
He
something
had
to
a
it.
tender heart. Do
He
you
did.
think, what other Winnie the Pooh reference? Now I'm all curious. What other Winnie the Pooh references had you had?
I did one about feeling like Winnie the Pooh because I was binging when he eats all the honey.
Right,
I did
right.
one about Piglet because I felt gratitude.
Yeah.
Wow, you really get in there. The only one you didn't feel is like Christopher Robin because he's gay. That'll
Or
come at
Tigger
some.
because he's positive and excited.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
he's always
never
bouncing
gonna
around.
happen.
happened.
If you're a Tigger, we're on the right track.
Yeah,
When he
I'm
comes
telling
in
you.
with a Tigger one, we're good.
Well, look, I
true.
just want to say, I know we joke and we yell on this show, meaning me,
mean we?
but you could call us in times of stress.
Of course.
Because, you know, I enjoy that. I'm up late. What else am I doing? Scamming onto other people's Instagram lives. That's kind of all I do at night.
Yeah.
So feel free to call the person you know has the least life, a.k.a. LL.
LL.
There you go.
Keep you in the loop.
You, on the other hand, Nick, are always in bed by 10 because you are disciplined.
be.
I know. God bless you. Okay.
to be.
So
All
what's
right.
your status?
So my mental health this week, I'm gonna tell you a quick little story here, okay, to go with it. I don't know when it was, weeks ago, a month or two ago, I don't even know. A show we were doing at BJ Ryan's, okay. After the show, there was this woman. She was a friend of a comic. She came by herself, right? And she just seemed really cool, and I usually don't do this, and I approached her after the show, and we were talking. We're hitting it off. It's going great. She's cool. I'm like, all right.
Quit bragging.
So, right? So whatever. And she goes, hey, you want to take a shot? And I was like, okay, sure. At this point, I was like, all right, yeah. And then they told us we had to go downstairs, right? And this was
Yeah.
after like 20 minutes of talking, and like she was a deep person. It was really, I was like, wow, this is really cool. And then I go, oh, well, we have to go downstairs. They have to clean up here. And she goes, ugh. She goes, my husband's down there. I really don't want to go.
I don't like
And
that.
I feel like Dale from Step Brothers because, you know, she reached out on Instagram and I'm not touching that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Good for you.
My buddy's wife goes, you want to end up on the ID channel?
True.
Murdered? And I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm just going to.
So she was giving you like kissy eyes and shit, and she was like had the
yeah.
husband downstairs.
Yeah.
Do you think they
Yeah.
wanted a threesome, which is super gross?
I mean, at this point, let's do it, you know?
No, you shouldn't have to
Or just him
disappoint.
watching. Could be nice.
No, that's disgusting.
Spectator sport
Be
there.
nice.
No.
Hey, you get to show off your shit.
Do you want to come too?
Yeah, dude.
You want to watch?
I'll come
That
watch.
sounds like the
I'll
grossest.
bring my foam finger.
If Bo,
Bring a real one, if you know what I'm saying.
if Bo shows up, it's a fivesome. Oh, first fat joke, last fat jokes. That's it.
Are we
One per
done for the show?
Yep, that's
Okay,
it.
good. All right.
One gay reference has been done.
One
I
fat
think.
joke.
Yep, that's it.
I think we're done.
We only
got
have
nothing
those
else.
2 notes.
I know.
it.
We're one note, two
But,
note.
yeah, that's my mental health. I feel like Dale. I feel like at any moment she was gonna be like, "I hate my life."
Yeah. But
That's
see,
what I felt like was gonna happen.
but Dale got sucked into it early on in the
Literally,
Step
true.
Brothers, so I'm proud of you that you were, later into the movie, Dale.
Well, exactly. So that's why I wanted to go last because it goes into our topic that we're going to talk about. Because I talked about this with my therapist, and I told her that story, and she was like, "Yeah, is that really what do you want? That's what
Yeah.
you want to facilitate?"
Meaning you want what?
like
What was
like
she?
She's like, do you want? She asked me, and I'll get into this when we talk about the
Meaningless
topic.
sex or relationship.
Yeah, she was like, what's your goal? Do you want to have someone that like you could bring around your friends and family and have a relationship with? I was like, yeah, and she goes, okay. Then you're not facilitating that by even entertaining that. Not that I would. It's nuts. It gives me too much anxiety already, so I just can't even do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was nervous when I was like, okay. So thank God.
How big is he?
Thank God for my anxiety. I looked, I would win, but it doesn't
play for the Falcons.
plays for the NBA teams. But yeah. So, but that's what we want to get into today. Is our topic,
Which is
manifesting.
Oh,
a word that brings up bile in most sane people's throats everywhere.
Disgusting.
Or woman festing. That's when you can't decide what you're going to eat for dinner.
Those skirts.
Sorry, all right.
Those skirts. They can't make a decision.
What do you want for dinner? All right, so fat joke, gay joke, sexist. We're done.
We're done.
Okay.
Now we have to be moral.
show's over.
Yeah, I know. Let's just end it early.
All right, we're going to take a quick break.
Listen, this manifesting, I am on the fence about it, so I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say,
It's true.
because it is a weird topic, but I'm glad it came up. So, yeah, we'll be back, maybe.
We'll think about it. We'll be back. Bye.
Hey, everybody, Lisa Lampanelli here from Losers with a Dream. As you know, me, Bo, and Nick are losers. We have really big dreams, and one of the people who help us reach our dreams is the good folks at Royal Fox Studio. They specialize in producing podcasts, as you can hear, and they can get your show sounding amazing like ours. I mean, seriously, I sound fucking great. Make sure to check them out at Royal Fox Studio on Instagram and on all social media, where you'll be able to see a list of all the great shows they produce, including the best one ever, Losers with a Mother Effin' Dream. Yeah.
Hello, and welcome back to Loser with a Dream podcast. We are losers, and we got some big dreams
Yeah, we do.
that we're going to manifest.
It's good to be with you here.
It's good to be with you too, Bo.
Yeah. I thought about it earlier, and now it's happening. I guess I must have manifested it.
So you have a new book out called Suck Me for Sobriety. That's why you're here today on The View.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
No, we're going to get into our topic today. We discussed a little bit in the first half how we came to this topic, basically talking about the word was that my therapist used was facilitating. Are you doing what you need to do to facilitate something? Manifesting, similar, little different. I know you have probably a very funny, cynical view on it.
I'm not a fan of the manifesting, mostly because I saw my dumb mother just get completely taken for a ride by The Secret. I mean, that... Also,
that book,
yeah.
The Secret, for those of you that don't know.
Which was basically a book that was written for clams who wanted a new, house or whatever. But it was very... It was very,
Written for everybody.
Well, but it was
written for everybody.
That's true, yeah.
I knew a couple dudes at college who read that shit, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, football players on the team were like, yeah, dude, just like, if you think about the championship and like stakes and stuff, you're going to win, dude.
Yeah, no, I mean, so we talked about it a little bit, and I think I just was so disgusted by this idea that I was having a hard time getting into it. So I did a little research today, and it did not help. I'm not a fan of this because I feel like a lot of things that are kind of put into self-help culture, or even like books and stuff, I always feel like it's doing nothing and expecting the world to just like conform to you and what you want or what you believe you should get. And the reality is like, there's things that we want and there's things that we hope for, but then there's also things that we deserve. Right. And all three of those can be completely different, right?
Yeah.
So, I feel like for me, I'm like, I always get what I deserve. I never seem to get the things that I want or the things that I'm like, oh, I think I deserve this, or like I want to try and manifest. If I'm ever trying to manifest something, it's because I really shouldn't get it. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not doing any work to deserve it.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is manifesting just, you're just sitting there thinking about it, and like, doesn't matter how many deep quotes you post in your Instagram story, if you're still an asshole, you know what I mean? It just doesn't matter.
Right. And it's the whole idea of like this law of attraction, right? Where if like we put it out there that this is what we want, then the universe is going to like all of a sudden start putting those things in our lives.
Yeah.
Which is completely ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Like, we can put out positive energy and hope that we get positive energy back, but for the most part, other than like just trying to be nice and trying to be a good person, that like the results of that we have no idea what that could bring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could just try and be nice, try and be a good person, and get the shit end of the stick forever. Right? You can try and be nice, try and be a good person, and then you get a few things, but you're never gonna get like my mother had one. Okay, my mother had like the vision board.
Yes.
Right? And like on the vision board, it was
The
like
faces in the studio just changed.
You know why this really bothered me? Because she had this vision board, and it would be like a pool, and like like,
so it was all material bullshit.
yeah, but it would be like shit that I really wanted because I'm like 12. So I'm like, oh my god, like she put a pool on her vision board. We're gonna get a pool, dude. This is sick. Like, oh my god, you know what I mean? Like,
Santa's coming.
yeah, like I started having like hope. Like I was like, oh my god, things gonna turn around for my family.
So you're mad at the board because it gave you hope?
Yeah. It did. It gave me hope because she's putting all these things on. Like, oh, we're gonna drive a Mercedes. We're gonna have a pool. And we're gonna have all this money for college and all this shit. And then guess what? None of it came out. You know what I mean? Like, we're not getting any of that stuff. So yeah, I was always just like, why don't you just do something about it? You know what I mean? Like, why doesn't Dad fucking go to work? You know what I mean? Why doesn't he stop watching Rangers classic games till 3 in the morning and start actually focusing on his job? You know what I mean? Like, that would be a good manifestation if you did the work. Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice? And then you got accurately paid for it, you lazy bitch. Like, it's just... That's a lot of resentment coming out, and I'm sorry if my mother's listening.
So
She's
because
a lady.
I think, let me sum this up for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So because you had this vision board and it gave you hope,
Yes.
and then you had none of those things achieved,
Yeah.
you then at 12 years old turned to alcohol and drugs. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I don't think it was that deep, but I think...
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I know. It's like, Mom, we didn't get a pool. I got a drink.
She should have manifested some sober children, huh?
Yeah, manifest.
Would have saved a lot of money. Could have had that pool. Could have had a Mercedes, right? Oh, that's mean. I feel bad.
No, it's not. I've said worse, but it's true. Like, if your father was sitting there, imagine your father. He gets super into The Secret, and he's sitting there, and you guys are in that fucking dingy place. With the what was your like? Tell them where you lived.
Few places. So we went, let's just start. We went from a log cabin that my dad had custom made built when we first moved to Connecticut.
Right.
He went bankrupt. Then we moved to what essentially was a 2-room shack next to an old cemetery in Monroe. It looks like where like the servants slept next to like this old house that was like clearly colonial. So we were there for a while.
Right.
Then we upgraded and we moved to a multifamily house, and one of parts of the multifamily house was an office of a pesticides company. So we were moving on up.
You were
as they'd
literally
say.
cockroaches.
Moving on up.
Literally cockroaches at the end.
Yeah, man.
So the
fact that I wasn't depressed like you are all the time, woo, is incredible.
Yeah.
I am strong. Anyway.
Yeah, good for you. So, if you were in that, little office that you called an apartment next to this pesticide company, and your father just had stuff up on the like mansions that he taped to the walls, being like, "We're gonna manifest it, Nick," you would be sitting there like, "Fuck you, man!"
Like, you better own all the duchesses. Not just work at one of them.
Right.
Yeah, no, I would stab him to death. Yeah, that would not be.
And it's not like I wasn't, my parents kept it together and we never got foreclosed on, or, you know what I mean? Like they made enough to get by. Yeah. But I remember just being a little resentful at The Secret and just being like, this is lazy. Like, this is just a really lazy way of saying you deserve things and you want them, so that means you want them, so you need them. And it's really all bullshit, because no one puts on their fucking board like, oh, I want to have a better relationship with my father, or oh, I want to expand my spirituality, or oh, I want to, you know what I mean? Like, real things that you can actually change. It just
very
turned
true.
It literally, this whole
that are more in your control too,
right?
Way more in your
wheelhouse. So this whole
of control.
manifestation shit just basically turned into more consumerism. right? It just turned into like, well, I want the nicer car, I want the bigger house, I want to have more money to, to make my kids happier. And it's like, none of that shit means anything. We know that none of that shit does anything.
Nope.
Right? From our episodes of Never Enough and all that stuff.
All
right?
that shit.
So we know
Go
that,
back, like, subscribe, 5 stars.
yes, please. But literally, we know none of that shit does anything. So there was a bunch of housewives, and I guess a few of Nick's friends, who posted all these pictures of things that they wanted, and none of them were in their control to get. And the universe isn't just going to hand you a new Mercedes. They're not just going to give you a new house. You have to show up for life and do good things, and hopefully you will get paid back in return.
Dude, I remember there's a kid I went to Springfield with who was actually from my hometown.
Okay.
And he was telling me about The Secret, and he's one of those that he gets when he's in something, he's deep, right?
Yeah.
We're in the middle of class, and he's like talking about The Secret, and I at the time was trying to lose weight. I think I lost like 40 pounds or something in a semester. So I was like, yeah, dude, I can't. I'm going low carb. Like, I can't really eat a lot of carbs.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, dude. If you think that the carbs are bad for you, then they are. But if you just say they're giving you energy, and I was like, no, man, I'm fat. When you eat carbohydrates and you're fat and your insulin goes up more, you are more insulin resistant, you get fatter.
Yeah.
We're at a college.
Although I want to try that. I just want to eat pizza every day and be like, it's helping me.
We're at a college that the main major is exercise science. We take nutrition courses together.
Yeah.
This is just science, dude.
Right.
We have guys with PhDs that do studies that are telling us, And I remember thinking that and being like, this is such nonsense.
It's a load of crap. Yeah.
That's like, I mean, I was talking to a buddy of mine about that today. I was like, imagine like being like, yeah, like I really want to be like, I want to lose a bunch of weight. And it's like, oh, have you worked out or changed anything about it? It's like, nah.
I'm just thinking about it.
I want to be a CEO. What do you do now? Like, I'm in a mailroom for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, but back to like,
not on track, huh?
no, not doing it. Yeah. But back to like relationships and stuff. What I was talking about with my therapist was basically like, there is a part of me, I'm not going to lie, there is a part of me that's like, I'm 33, single. I see all my friends around me that have relationships, whatever, and I've had some bad ones. And I'm like, you know what? Can I catch a fucking break here?
Right.
Can I just I deserve a fucking awesome person in my life. There's a small part of me that's like that.
Yeah.
But, my therapist was like, do you think the way you're behaving or thinking about things is going to facilitate that?
Right.
And I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Certain way, like it really, it was yesterday I had therapy. It really changed my perspective on things. I was like, right. I was like, what would I tell a fucking client that wanted to change something about their life and then did nothing about it?
Yeah.
I used to get mad at people all the time. They'd be like, I want to do this, this, and that. And they wouldn't. I'd be like, give me workouts to do on my own. I'll do them.
Yeah.
I spent all this time, put them together.
Right.
They do nothing. And they're like, well, I haven't really improved. I'm like, no. You ain't putting this on me. You ain't doing this to me.
Yeah.
I do what I had to do. But yeah, that's why I wanted to talk about this, because like you got to do the work.
Absolutely.
You can't just sit there. I mean, you can talk about, your sobriety. That shit's work.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Like the first 90 days you go to meetings every single day?
The first 2 years I went to a meeting every day.
2 years.
Yeah.
Gee, talk about fucking work. You weren't sitting at home like,
No, I
wish
literally
I could.
Yeah, I literally would have to just drive there, and sometimes I fucking hated going.
I'm sure.
And sometimes I was just like, why am I still doing this? But I go there, and even if I just had to sit in the back and just sit there and listen to people talk about what was going on in their lives and just get out of my head, I would do it. And like I had to do all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, yes. Here's the thing: is it comes down to optimism. Right? And I hate optimism so much. I hate optimistic people. I hate just the idea of thinking that anything's going to work out is always like gross to me, because it's just like, live like it's not going to happen and then hopefully something happens. You know what I mean?
True,
and put
man.
yourself in the best position to get it. Right? Which I always believe is the way to do. Like I would always be, especially wake up, I'd be like, all right, well, I'm not going to drink today. I'll drink tomorrow. You know what I mean? I wasn't like, I'm going to stay sober for years and it's going to be wonderful and I'm going to change my life and make amends to everyone. No, I didn't have that optimism. I was just like, hey man, I hope this works out today. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to get there. I'm going to show up. I'm going to do what people are telling me to do. I'm not going to do anything my own way. I'm going to listen to others and I'm going to try. Which is very much how I feel like we're in comedy right now. It's just like listening to others, trying and hoping hoping we're doing everything that they have suggested, and hoping that we're showing up and all that. But like the optimism of like, oh, this is gonna be the #1 hit show on Apple Podcasts is like, all right, let's roll it back a bit. You know what I mean? Like, relax.
Yeah, we'll be #3 at least.
The show's going to be successful because we're successful people who are trying to work at this very hard,
and it's fun,
and that's okay.
It's fun. It doesn't need to be #1. You build your own audience. The people, people have reached out, and we love hearing from all of you. By the way,
I appreciate it,
and it's great. Yeah. And but yeah, man, you got to listen. You got to put in the work.
Right.
You listen to us talk. If you're listening to us right now, and you've listened to us talk every week, it's clear we are putting in the work in different ways all the time.
Right. Well, it's like I'm depressed right now. But what's the worst thing you can say to somebody that's depressed? Well, snap out of it or think positive.
What are you so sad
Fucking
about?
Bullshit.
You know what I think?
Yeah, it's not how it works.
What? Let's stop the podcast. Let's do a vision board. Do you have any boards,
Mine will
Lou?
just be goldfish.
You're like, cocaine. I wish I could. I had a vision. Yeah. I did it.
My vision is that one day I'll be able to drink like a gentleman. Which is always the big lie that doesn't exist.
No, dude, did you ever notice when you like say talk about man, like maybe some of the most fun nights you had were nights where you didn't plan on anything,
right?
Or you didn't plan on having like. Those are some of the most fun nights of my life where it's just like, hey, come over, all right. And then you end up having this insane, you go out till 4 and you're like, wow, that was, you're just like having the time of your life.
Yeah.
But whenever you're expecting it or expecting
that's
something.
Why New Year's Eve is the biggest letdown every single year for everybody. Because you feel like you have to have a good time. You feel like, oh, it's going to be this big night. And of course, I haven't celebrated one in 5 years because what's the point?
It's one of my
It's
favorite,
another year.
One of my favorite holidays.
Hopefully, I'll be dead soon. You know what I mean? Like, it's just gross. But, yeah. But, like.
I used to go buy a new outfit, like a real Guido, and just every New Year's.
We're going to go paint the town
literally, dude, I hate to even admit this, but I'm gonna. We used to go to the gym that day and do legs because it was the toughest workout. And we would just do legs for 2 hours. Then we go to the mall and I'd get a new outfit and then we go out.
I hope people are still listening because that was horrible. But yeah.
It's just my truth. And if you can't handle
but
it.
But yeah, so you were trying to manifest a good time.
And it usually worked.
Okay.
I've had some great New Year's and Halloweens. Those are my favorite holidays. Thanksgiving, Christmas, fine.
Yeah.
They're there. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to party and dress up like something I'm not. Am I
Straight?
Right? Yeah. I wish. What a world. You haven't been out for 5 New Years?
I haven't really. I mean, I would go to like friends' houses for a
game
few
nights.
Yeah, very like low key. Like I haven't been out like trying to enjoy. Same thing with the Blackout Wednesday, the night before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
What's the point? It's just a lot of people
that
getting
about
drunk.
6-7 years ago.
Yeah. Also, those were the worst nights ever. When you like got back from college. And then you like go out, and then you have to see all the people that you went to high school with, and have the same conversation. It's terrible. But really, so like, manifestation is a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah,
it's something that I think it's fun to think about. It's fun to think that like, if we just dream it, we can do it. But the reality is like maybe let's just show up. And if you really want something, like let's say you really want a Mercedes. Right, and that's something that would be on your vision board.
You learn how to hotwire a car.
Yeah. You go down and you make some decisions.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, if you really want like a nice new car, or then you find out what the payment's going to be, and you figure out how to work that into your budget, and you figure out how to make a little bit more money. Maybe you take on a side job. Maybe you do this. Right, like there's ways to get around getting the things that you want.
Yeah.
But also, if the things on your vision board are all like, consumer shit, like shit you can buy at like a Costco or, like anywhere. It's just like, get over it. It's not, you're going to feel good for what, 2 seconds? Get over your life. Is
feel
that
like-
really what you want in life?
I feel like on your vision board there'd be like that barrel of the like 3 pounds of cheese balls.
Dude, I love those cheese
Those
balls.
they're addicting.
I know.
Like food scientists, they hack that shit. You can't stop. It's like a problem. I have a real issue. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to do our vision boards. We're going to come back, and then we're going to bring on this vision. Lisa Lampanelli, our friend, life coach, and mentor. We'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to Loser with a Dream podcast. We are losers. At least us two are losers. 2 losers, 1 winner.
I'm a bit of a
3
loser
penises.
too, because really, if I'm sitting, 3 dicks.
Yeah, 3 dicks.
Swinging in the breeze,
Biggest
6
one.
balls. Although one of my balls got removed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a ballectomy. So, what podcast is this? Oh my God, I love this topic because, first of all, Bo, you will not believe when you listen back to this. I know you a little bit, like pretty well by now. I've never heard you angrier. There was the biggest edge in your voice, I think, on any podcast, and I stand by that. It made me laugh so hard. Like, I couldn't even laugh out loud because I'm like, no, I can't show them. This is funny. You're pissed.
Yeah.
And I don't blame you. And I'm going to tell you something you guys would be very surprised to hear, the both of you. I indeed had a vision board also. But get out! Let me tell you what happened. I'll tell you exactly what happened. I'll tell you how I got it, how much I resisted it, and I think you'll both, by the end of this story, approve of it. I used to go very often to a yoga and meditation retreat center in the Berkshires called Kripalu. When my father got sick, I was like, I need to get some spirituality. I really need to go work on myself. And I took this amazing class. It was a week-long course on decluttering, but decluttering like emotionally, mentally, friendships that didn't work. Like all the stuff we all did in COVID, but not, it was
we were
really...
forced into it.
Yeah, not forced. So after the 4th day, of course, I love this class. I enjoy decluttering things. I was like a badass because even from the retreat center, I emailed 2 friends and told them to fuck off, never call me again. She's like, wow, you decluttered 2 people? I'm like, motherfucker, I'm good. I have to be the star. So she says, we're going to do vision boards Friday. And I go, nope, I don't do that. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I literally don't care. Like, I'm not going to even pretend. She goes, I do it different. And I go, we'll see about that. I've been to the fair before, Missy, and Little Miss Spirituality. I know what the fuck I talk about.
Like,
And
use
this
paper.
is
That's how we
why I showed up. She goes, I promise you will be happy you did it. I couldn't believe it. I drank the Kool-Aid and she was right. She says, go through the magazines and you don't cut out pictures of things you want. That's like, I think she used the term Bo's mother's dumb method. What you cut out is things that make you feel like you want to feel in the future. So my entire vision board was just things that I looked at and I felt contentment and peace, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it didn't even matter if it was something that was like a bizarre scene from something, some place I've never been or a place I'm at. It didn't matter what it was, a person's face.
Yeah.
If I felt peaceful, then I was like, wow, I can look at this board and I could say, okay, that's what I want. So everything I do in the future has to lead me to peace.
Yeah.
So I think that is a valid vision board and made a lot of sense to me, because that shit about cutting out a Mercedes, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, that's old school vision board from the fucking 80s.
Yeah.
So I get why your mom did it.
Yeah.
Other than the fact she's a little bit mental, but that's okay. We love her from afar. We detach with love. But it's just, to me, the only thing to manifest is a feeling. So that's why the vision board worked for me. I don't think you can. I'm sorry. I mean, I agree with you. I don't think, for those listening who are like, no, you can. No. If you can see it, you can be it. No, you can't. I could see myself as a ballet dancer.
Yeah.
But it's never going to happen. Could I see myself getting the feeling of the ballet dancer? Suppose the feeling is freedom, worthiness in your body, lightness on your feet. Yes, I can work on that and manifest the feeling, but I'm never going to be able to go, I am manifesting my book will be published by next year at this time. You're a cunt. No, I hate to say it.
Yeah.
I have friends who talk like that.
Yeah.
And now they're not friends anymore because I just laugh heartily and they get mad.
Yeah.
I think it's all fucking bullshit too.
Yeah.
So what to you is the difference? Because here's the 7 steps to manifesting. Now,
Oh boy.
I don't understand why you can't cut them all out and just work hard. Not once. I'm arguably a successful comedian, or at least I was.
Yes.
I didn't once get quiet. Shut up, man. Get quiet.
Not your brain.
Picture yourself in Radio City Music Hall. You're walking up the steps of the stage. The stagehand says, "Hey, have a great show, LL." Your opener gives you that little wink. Just picture it. And then the lights hit and there's a warmth. There's a feeling and you drink in the, fuck you, twat. No, I never pictured myself on a stage. I don't go airy-fairy and all that shit. Yet I do believe in manifesting feelings. So I pictured myself working hard and then I fucking worked hard. So I don't get why I can't skip the 6 steps of manifesting and just go to the one that says start working towards your goal.
Right.
So,
And also, that's all so dishonest, right?
gay as fuck. Sorry.
Yeah, because that's not what anything looks like, right? Like, what it probably looks like is you in the back, like, did I eat enough for the show?
Yeah,
like, am I
taking
gonna
a
feel
dump,
okay?
taking your pre-show dump, which we all do.
Like, having, like, a stressful conversation with the manager about ticket sales, or, like, you know what I mean? Like,
calling an usher a twat because she knocked on the door and you were taking your pre-show dump.
yeah, feeling dread of, like, all right, even if this goes well, I'm still gonna be fucking empty. Fuck this.
Guaranteed.
Yeah,
I'm going to have some douche say to me in the autograph line, call me Lisa instead of Miss Lampanelli. I got to snap and break your fucking neck.
Don't do that at our live shows. December 9th through 12th.
Yeah. But no, I don't understand. It's like such a slogan-y thing, turning your dreams into reality. But you can't. No. You can work hard at something you think you want, by the way. It's not necessarily what you want. So you think you want it, and then kind of if you fall short, at least you've achieved maybe the feeling you wanted.
Right.
So I could have literally, this is why people during the Holocaust, Elie Wiesel wrote that book about, he had the attitude of, I'm going to get out of here. He didn't manifest that shit.
No.
He was just like, I fucking got to be a badass and just make this happen. Yeah. Yes, he did have a positive outlook more than any other person in the universe, but he took the action. You do what it takes. Right. You don't visualize you're getting out of a concentration camp and then fuck with a Nazi. Like, you don't do that.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm trying to be a comic. I'm trying to get to Radio City someday, I hope.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting on my ass thinking it's going to come to me.
No.
So I think that's the old school manifesting versus new school manifesting.
Right.
So let's see. Let's take take the 7 steps and let's use Nick. Tell us one of you. Okay, what's your goal? Because by the way, that whole
broad
thing about how this came up by Nick's shrink saying, he's not manifesting what he wants. Yeah, because he has a huge fear of intimacy, and until you clear those blocks, you're not going to get what you want. Yeah. So make note to self, podcast Lou, we need to do an episode on, what I just say?
Nick paying more for a shrink?
No, fear of intimacy.
Yes.
Because that shit is real.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's say one of your goals is what?
To get paid to do podcasting and comedy.
Okay.
Let's say that.
So I think it's not a bad thing to be clear about what you want. So step 1 of manifesting is be clear about your goal. Now here's when it gets all fucked up and weird.
Oh boy.
Okay. I hate this. I hate these steps. I'm sorry. I do believe in meditation and all that shit, but this is so stupid. Yeah. Ask for what you want. First of all, I don't know who you're supposed to ask. I don't know if you're supposed to ask me,
Whoa.
baby Jesus, the Holy Spirit. I don't know. Your penis? I have no idea.
What do you think?
Do you ask your sponsor? Do you ask up the powers that be? I don't know. But you ask, I guess, the universe. And I hate this step. This is the worst. Write it down on paper, which, by the way, on its face isn't a terrible thing to remind yourself. Go, I'm going to keep a note in my phone. Hey, I want to get paid someday. but I hate the kind of formulaic crap manifesting does. They say you're supposed to write it down. This is the worst. 3 times a day or up to 9 times a day for up to 45 days in a row. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I don't understand how that helps. If anyone has, by the way, a experience with this, that you've written something down 9 times a day for 45 days and then it's happened, feel free to absolutely let us know, and we will say, hey, that's cool. I believe your experience. But since do you guys believe this step could be skipped and you could still someday get paid to podcast?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
if I wrote it down 2 times a day, on the second time I'd be like, okay.
Yeah. So
enough.
What do you think, Bo? Do you think there's any validity? Take the numbers out of it. There's any validity to this repetitive writing?
I think that what this is preying upon is, if you are the type of person who is dedicated enough to this goal where you're going to actually sit and write it down 3 times a day and remember and be like, oh, I have to write it down. I have to write it down.
Right.
Then you're probably the type of person that wants it bad enough that you're going to try and, like, that's all it is. It's just like, you know what I mean?
Just charting your dedication.
Yeah.
But here's my question. How about instead of writing that down 9 times for 45 days, you write a fucking joke 9 times for 45 days? That would actually further your goal.
Yeah.
I remember I had an ex-boyfriend who he featured for Sam Kinison once. Nice. And Kinison was about to do the Tonight Show, but had no clean material. And my boyfriend at the time had all clean material. So Sam lifted a bunch of his jokes and did them. And I said, well, did you get mad? And he goes, no. He goes, I'll just make more.
Yeah.
He's like, so what? I'll make more. And that's
also,
like,
it's such an honor too.
Yeah. Well, no, I think it's
Maybe
a
not
real
for him.
fucking. Well, I would be pissed.
Oh, yeah.
But he had the attitude of, like, in the old days, there was a commercial about Doritos. They're like, oh, keep eating them, we'll make more. And he goes, jokes are like Doritos, you just make more.
Yeah.
So I think instead of wasting your time writing down, I want to get paid for podcasting, do something about it. Reach out to other podcasters. Learn how to, do better fucking material. Nick. Okay, so we can skip that writing down bullshit. Okay, this is the one I like. Start working towards your goals.
There we go.
Yeah, that should be number 1.
Pretty much. Well,
1 through 7, right
but
there.
also, by the way,
so vague.
well, but let's go backwards a second, because I bought into the first one, which was be clear about your goals.
Yeah.
Why can't you almost go, hey, I want to feel good about what I do for a living, and anything that comes my way by hard work, I'm open to.
Yeah.
So I don't think you have to be clear about your goals.
No.
I don't go for that.
Yeah.
So I think if Nick said,
you don't want to
hey,
limit yourself, right?
yeah, I mean, Nick's big goal is to blow guys. He's
Yes.
written that down. We've
Circled it.
we've
Yeah.
allowed it. We've seen it. I don't
Starting
think
tonight.
I think you don't have to be so. What feeling would you get from blowing guys? How do you think that would make you
Well,
feel?
I have a TMJ issue, so
Okay.
I think my jaw would hurt. a
Okay,
little
but
bit.
your emotional state, you would feel wanted and loved.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think if your path is not to blow guys, you might be able to get this goal a different way. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, so fuck the first step, fuck the second step, go straight towards start working to sucking a dick on a Wednesday.
Roofing bow right now.
Download Grindr and just get it over with.
Just do it. Yes, stop teasing. Okay, the fourth step, be mindful. And this, I think we do buy into this one a little. Be thankful for what you receive. Because I think we talk a lot here about gratitude.
Yeah.
So I think it's just saying acknowledge the little steps towards it. Meaning, if you want to get paid for podcasting and quit your day job, you'd have to make probably, $2-3 grand a week. And then if you only were thankful when that's achieved, you wouldn't be thankful along the way for, oh my God, we got 200. Oh, some of these podcasters talk about, oh man, we didn't get paid for 3 years. And then we got a box of HelloFresh for free because we did a trade-off. And that was a big deal. So we have to continue the gratitude for the little things along the way.
Right.
So I think the gratitude isn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so far, we're going to work hard. We're going to be grateful, be flexible, let go of resistance and limiting beliefs. Now, I don't think thinking negatively is that bad.
No.
I am a glass half empty bitch
Yeah.
who had a boyfriend once tell me I'm not only glass half empty, I'm that Dixie cup with the point on the bottom that can't stand up by itself. So I literally have been negative all my life,
Yeah.
but seem to have done pretty well. Is that magical thinking that everyone could be like that? No. But I don't believe in positive versus negative thinking.
Right.
But I think what they might be saying too is, you said you have a TMJ issue. Suppose that would get in your way of blowing guys. If you believe it, maybe that will impact your ability to blow men.
Yeah.
Me? Suppose I said I'm not a good comic. I'll never play a big sold out room. Would that limit me? I don't know though, because wouldn't I just make it happen anyway?
Yeah.
So I think this is stupid, and that's got to go too.
Yeah, I mean, how many times do I show you a tape and I go, "This fucking guy is never getting on TV. Like, this is fucking gross. Who's gonna want this?"
Are you
know what I
talking
mean?
about yourself?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I agree with that.
Right.
That you're never getting on TV.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Are you
But
supposed to?
No. That's what I mean. It's like having that negative thinking is not keeping me from getting those things. It's
Because
just,
you keep trying.
Yeah.
So in other words,
It's kind of fun.
people, if you have negative beliefs, lean into them and don't fight them.
Yeah.
I think that is an unpopular view that should be made more popular.
Yeah.
Because, Bo, no one struck out with girls more than you.
True.
You are misshapen.
Yep.
You have a terrible, terrible, terrible hygiene. You have farted in public. You do not have a nice apartment. It's nice but messy.
This is
You
getting-
came here with a wet shirt and expect us not to notice. And
I
Lint,
was pretty open about
and
it.
you have got yourself one tasty piece of ace. That Veronica Vaughn is a piece of ace.
That's right.
So you,
That's right. I manifested that clam.
but you just kept.
Manifest clam chowder. I love
Yeah,
it.
but you just kept swinging.
Yeah.
So I think maybe even though you know you have no business being a success or getting laid, you just keep swinging.
keep throwing it out
Isn't
there.
it just staying in the game?
Swinging that gut down Main Street.
So even though we know there's nothing great about you, you got a girlfriend and you'll probably be a success.
Right. Yeah. Once again, not a compliment.
I think it shows that the work is what we're talking about. Okay. I don't like this one. I don't like this one. Step 6 is maybe my most hated.
Okay.
Okay.
Change your energy.
What the fuck does that mean?
I can't even stand it. You know, like if you're negative.
Crystals! Buy crystals!
I think it's about
and
that.
a Monster Energy drink.
Okay, I will tell you, I was in a
Oh,
workshop
boy.
today. Now, full
Thought
disclosure.
we're talking tarot cards.
Almost. I was in a workshop today, and I thought it was just going to be yoga because I thought, oh, I should really go and stretch and just not be so slovenly. So I went there, and the first thing she did was hand us each a rock, you know, those shiny rocks. By the way, I always thought rocks, you know, that say something on them, like believe,
So,
At least
yeah.
it's just walking
dream.
at the
I
teacher.
always thought I should have a line of rocks that said shit that I would say to people like,
Cunt.
that's not your real father. You're a dirty clam. I think I got to sell those after the
It's a
show.
merch. It's a merch idea
Negative
coming
rocks.
soon.
Oh, 100%. And by the way, don't give me a rock. I'm angry and hungry. So that rock's bouncing off some cunt's head.
true.
Anyway, so she gives us the rock. And I got to admit, when you're in that environment, you buy in. So she's like, we're going to infuse the rock with some intention or something.
Yeah.
So I write this intention down, which I don't think intentions are bad because it's just going, I want to have peace or I want to have a good day or I want to be creative or whatever.
Right.
So I infuse this cocksucker. I forgot it there. Somebody else is going to pick up my fucking infused rock, get my creativity, my success, and suddenly me and Nick are blowing guys for money. I don't like any of
Space
this.
Jam when the aliens they steal all the NBA players' powers.
See?
So
That's
it's gonna
what's
become the
happening.
next
Pick up
big-
like a,
I don't like
Queen
any
meme.
of it.
Yeah.
It's
Start
not
yelling
making me
cornhole
happy.
at random people.
So
She's hilarious.
I don't know if our energy, I think it's like maybe like if you put it in a comedy term, you want to go up on stage with the right energy. But this is more about using your energy to get things. I don't know. I don't think I
think
buy
live
it.
in reality. That's what I think.
do like reality.
I think energy is all bullshit. I think you should go in with the energy that you have and let it ride you. Because that's the energy you're supposed to have if it's what you got.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you go on stage, it's like you don't want to create fake energy. You want to just be authentic.
Well, it's also
Done that so
riding
many
the
times.
feelings of up and down, like we were talking at the beginning during mental health check-in. If you try to push the feelings away, they stay longer.
Yeah.
But if you just go, I was up and down today, and you don't
Right.
judge yourself, then you're fine.
Yeah.
So now step 6 is cock. And
Step 6 is always cock.
be flexible and trust the process. Now, the flexibility will come in very handy for Nick when he's blowing guys because he will have to use flexibility of his neck.
That's true.
Men enjoy that very much. If you've seen on TikTok how Nick blows a bottle, you will understand he needs much flexibility. But so trust the process. Since we've already talked about the process and how much we hate it, we don't trust it. So I think we boiled this down to kind of know what you want, actually what feeling you want to get. Because Nick, you could arguably become not at all a success in a tangible form of podcasting or comedy, but still have a feeling of success. I truly feel that way.
What do you mean by that?
Because no one wants really the $1 million. You want the feeling of having, no, I'm right. I am, because I really believe it. You want the feeling of having $1 million. So what's the difference between $1 million? It's security. You feel secure.
Feeling like-
you know you're going to be taken care of. So we are.
Right.
There's no way any of us is going to be homeless. I can always type. I always said I can always type.
Yeah.
Like Nick can always blow guys. I would
true.
pay. I would pay to see that.
Yeah.
$5.
Yeah.
That's
Do the
it.
show
Though.
Coming to our Patreon in January.
Yes.
It's a top level tier.
That would be good, man.
That's
That's
true.
a money
That's
maker.
true.
Because we got some gay guys watching this that love him.
It's true. $5 a pop.
Yeah. So
5.
I know that's really not that.
I could take my teeth out. It's $150.
No, that's
If you
me.
want eye
Get out.
contact, it's $200.
Oh my God. So I think
Don't
also.
want eye contact.
Listen, this is going off the rails. But one last thing. Shut up, both of you. I would like to say one last point is that I feel you both better start visualizing some feelings because I doubt you will ever make anything of yourselves.
Okay.
That's all.
Glad we got there.
But also, Nick, I want to say one thing too.
boy.
I'm not letting you off the hook very quickly because you said you deserve an awesome girl. Now, first of all, I don't think any of us deserves anything.
True.
Every one of us has a feeling of entitlement that we should get. Maybe you're meant to go through life alone and lonely and discover the lessons that come from all these women you've met that you've thrown to the side. Because I guarantee you have met awesome girls, but you have shirked them because you have an emotional unavailability. I am the same. Bo just happened to be clingy and clinging onto his girlfriend like a fucking animal, like a bear holds onto a fish that he just got out of the ocean. So I feel like me and Nick have to work on our emotional availability because we have been thrown awesome people and we just push them to the side.
Great.
Good talk, son. Good talk.
Great sketch idea is clams of Christmas past. Where you have different
Cut
women.
the feed! It's over! Turn it off!
Remember, I love you both. You don't deserve
too.
much. You're not entitled to anything.
I don't know
And-
much.
No. And anything you get will definitely be because you affiliated yourself with LL.
This has been another very positive podcast.
If you want to come get some, come to our live shows December 9th, New Brunswick Stress Factory, and then December 12th, Bridgeport.
I actually do think you'll both be a success. But I'm just putting it out
cut
there.
that
I'm
clip?
manifesting that.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
What?
No, this is the week before.
No, it's the week after. This is the week of.
Week up. That's what I'm saying.
It's coming out Tuesday.
Were we having a fucking fight on the air? Keep it in! Keep it in! No,
I love us.
I don't like that one. I like a heart.
Us.
No, I think you're both going to be successful and Nick's going to blow guys. Bye. Hey, thanks for listening to Losers with a Dream. We'll see you next week when you got more time to kill. Fucking hate these guys.